Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the PICO Reef tank. This is my 1-gallon saltwater aquarium. Just a quick recap, the two corals that we have in here are the zoanthid on the right and a type of Xenia on the left. And I'm just going to go over what happened to this tank from months 3 to 6, basically, and how it evolved and changed. First things first, I started seeing some of these tube worms appear. I love these little guys. They're filter feeders. They help filter excess nutrients out of the water column, and they have like these fans that come out and suck back in. They're awesome to watch. The hermit crabs are all doing well. They spend a lot of their time picking on the rocks, cleaning up the broken down waste from the macroalgae, and this Xenia is doing phenomenal. It's been growing a lot, coloring up, and the zoanthids have been doing great too. But, you know, after about 3 months, we have a lot of growth from the macroalgae, so it was time to trim that back. It grows at a really fast rate compared to the corals, and I had to trim it pretty frequently to stop it from getting in the way. You can see its little runners are going out everywhere and it just gets in the way. So I trimmed that back, removed the runners, removed some of the extra leaves, and I decided that I wanted to switch up the tank a little bit. So what I did is I moved the Xenia from the foreground, where it was kind of covering everything, including the zoanthid, to the background. Now be careful when you're handling your coral. Some of them can be very delicate to touch, and some of them can sting and be very toxic. So you should wear rubber gloves or just know what corals you're touching and be very careful. I'm handling mine by its ceramic puck at the bottom, and I just scooched it from the front to the back so that you could see it waving through that little hole in the middle. And I really like that nice little change. It really lets the zoanthids in front shine on their own. I also wanted to change the colors around a little bit, so I got a red macroalgae that I put on the left side, and I'm putting a green macroalgae on the right side. And this red macroalgae, I just really love it. It's a really nice deep red, but under highlight it goes to a more yellowish white, and it's under pretty highlight, so mine went a little more yellow over time on top. And now I added my final coral. This is a pom-pom Xenia, or a pulsing Xenia. Again, all the corals that I did in this tank are supposed to be super duper easy to keep alive and not very advanced, because this is a very small tank. So I wanted to make sure they were tolerant of whatever changes or anything's going on in the tank with very little to no maintenance. So once the corals had acclimated to their new positions and the new coral had opened up a bit, here is what the tank looked like. You can see the Xenia through that gap in the back just waving around in the current. I love it. And then in front, the pom-pom Xenia is starting to open up again, and look at it pulsing. It is such a fun and mesmerizing coral to watch pulse. And it just pulsed more and more as it got acclimated and over the next couple months. And the zoanthids are growing slowly and steadily. We've got like one more zoanthid that's opened. But the Xenia in the back is really growing. And here's how it looked at around 4 months. But I'll show you how it changed over the next 3 months. We got some new critters, some interesting stuff. The hermit crabs are hard at work cleaning up all the dead macroalgae and the excess nutrients and stuff, keeping the tank clean, and so are the starfish. We've got a bunch of these small Asterina starfish and breeding like crazy, and just all the general macroinvertebrates have been doing their jobs. Here's a quick time lapse of one of the fast growing hermit crabs trying out a new shell. They are so fun to watch pick around and try stuff on. They really have a lot of little character, and they are, you know, kind of the only livestock in this tank. So it's a lot of fun to watch them go. Look at him, fits perfectly. And here is how it looks after another month or so. You can see the pom-pom Xenia is really spread. We have this giant monstrosity in the archway. That is a pineapple sponge, so called because, you know, kind of looks like a pineapple. It must have just hitchhiked on one of the other things, and it's a filter feeder as well, helps keep the tank clean. And yeah, really love it. Everything's grown in great. Tube worms has a friend. Everything's spreading. We got some snails rummaging around too, and a surprise guest that I had never seen before, but check this out. This is a very tiny jellyfish-like creature called a hydroid. Now they have a poisonous sting. They can hurt, you know, certain corals and other stuff, but it was so fun to just watch him jet around the tank. I don't know how he got in there. I haven't seen any others, but it was really a treat to watch him go. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. I'll be coming out with episode 3 shortly. It has now been a year of having this tank. I do water changes very infrequently, you know, every 1 to 2 weeks, and it's still going strong. So this has been a really great experiment. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.